Day of coordination is a 4-letter word, and I'm going to tell you why. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Danielle and I am a wedding and an event planner. On this channel, I like to share wedding planning tips and tricks, take you behind the scenes, and just show you what it's like to be a member of this industry. So if that is something that sounds great to you, then make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are watching this on YouTube. And if you are over on IGTV on my Instagram page, be sure to follow along and click the post bell notifications so you don't miss out on future videos when they get posted. In today's video, we are going to talk about the word or phrase or job title, I guess, that makes my blood run cold. The day of coordinator. Oh. The phrase day of coordination has grown in popularity because wedding websites like The Knot and Wedding Wire and pretty much any place you Google have made it a thing. It's not really a thing. The reason day of coordinator doesn't work is because nobody can just roll up to your wedding on the day of and actually be helpful. Or do anything for that matter. I have heard horror stories from photographers in particular that will tell me, hey Danielle, I had a wedding this weekend and guess who shows up? A day of coordinator. I know that doesn't sound scary, but the scary part is they had no idea that there was a planner at any level involved, ever. As a planner, if you haven't talked to the photographer prior to the wedding, how are you going to make a timeline flow? What exactly are you doing? And that's the thing, you can't. When brides reach out to me and they tell me that they want to hire my company for day of coordination services, they literally mean day of. The requests that I receive for day of coordination are largely the same. People are trying to save money and just want somebody to be there, a professional to be there, to make sure that the actual wedding day goes smoothly. A lot of these brides or potential clients say that they have the timeline put together or their other vendors are putting the timeline together, but what they don't actually realize is that a day of coordinator is going to hold all of that stuff together. They are going to literally take the timing for the venue, the catering, the photographer, the videographer, the florist, like everybody. There's so much timing that's involved and they're gonna put it all together. None of these vendors are talking to each other prior to the wedding day. The idea behind a day of coordinator is hiring a planner that can put the logistics together so that you can just enjoy your wedding day and so that your mom isn't running around wondering when the centerpieces are showing up and your dad isn't freaking out asking how much longer photos are going to take. But all of that stuff has to be done in advance. It cannot be done on the day of the wedding. This would be the equivalent to writing a thesis paper, and on the day it's due, that's when you start. Except you don't do any research whatsoever and you just, write whatever. Frequently the emails that I will receive for day of coordination requests will go a little something like this. Hi, I'm getting married next spring and I have all of my vendors and everything taken care of. So the beginning part of the email is where the bride assures me that everything is taken care of, which is a passive way of saying, I don't need you to actually do anything, aka charge me to do anything. I'm more concerned about the wedding day going smoothly, so please send me your pricing for day of coordination. The email begins with letting me know that I don't have to do anything that I professionally do, okay? And then it ends with asking me what it costs. I'm not gonna get into the whole pricing structure here because every planner is different and the way I do my pricing has to do with a bunch of different factors, including when it's just for the day of the wedding. I have only actually ever done one true day of wedding coordination job in my entire career. And that is because I didn't have a choice. I couldn't speak to the vendors ahead of time. I couldn't speak to the caterer. I couldn't speak to anybody. I was essentially restricted from doing my job. The only person that I really could speak to was the bride, and leading up to the wedding, I was seeing how things were going to fall apart. And anything that I suggested that she do to make the day run more smoothly, she turned it down because it cost her extra money. Then on the day of the wedding, I am dealing with a drunk DJ. He doesn't have the toasts or any of the information that he should have had, and had I been involved earlier, I would have known that he didn't have and could have fixed ahead of time. And that's why day of doesn't actually work. Because you cannot just show up to a wedding day and just implement everything. You as a bride might think that that's possible, but you've been in it for the entire planning process. If I just show up on the wedding day, I'm not gonna know what the hell is going on. If it's really important that you have a planner there on your wedding day overseeing everything, then you need to hire one that does month of coordination or wedding day management or whatever they call their package. Whenever I get an email inquiry asking for day of coordination services, I try and give a little bit of education behind why that's not a real thing and what we'll actually be doing, which includes working with the couple 6 to 8 weeks prior to the wedding date. 9 times out of 10, I am met with the following response. Thanks, but we're really just looking for somebody to actually be there on the day of. Do you have pricing for that? No, sis, I do not. Anyone that actually values their work and their name is not going to take on a job like that. Because at the end of the day, if it rains, it's the planner's fault. Just trust me when I tell you that. When your guests come to your wedding, that's my business card. That's the DJ's business card or the band's business card. That's the florist's business card. That's everybody's business card. And believe me, when stuff goes wrong, if there is a planner involved, the last thing that any of your guests are thinking is how long that planner has been involved and how much they did. It's just an automatic, well, there's a planner involved, how could this go wrong? And I personally am not a big fan of taking the blame for things that aren't my fault. If I can't talk to the venue, the catering, and all the vendors leading up to the wedding day, there's going to be a lot of things that go wrong that will be completely out of my control and that I can't fix on the actual day of for your day of coordination. Month of coordination is what you're really looking for. Frankly, if you were just out there searching for somebody that can be there on the day of, just so that you can just drop $500 and think you have peace of mind, either put that $500 towards more flowers or upgrade your photography package, or basically set it on fire because it's the exact same thing. Here's what happens when you hire a wedding planner for wedding day management or month of coordination. Like I said before, about 6 to 8 weeks prior to the wedding date, your wedding planner is going to meet with you and go over all the stuff that you have put together. You're going to review contracts, that way they know that you're getting what you paid for on the actual wedding day. Figure out all the timing, talk to your vendors, figure out what they need, collect insurance documents. They're doing all the nitty-gritty stuff that really cannot be done until you are that close to the wedding date. My company, we go to the final venue walkthrough. We also go to the walkthrough the week of the wedding. We go to your rehearsal if you're having one, and then we are there for the entire wedding day. When I say we, I work with the team because until I learn how to clone myself, I need to be in more than one place at the same time. Which incidentally is another way that brides try and cut corners, and I've gotten these cute little emails with, what, you can't do this by yourself? I cannot be with you when you're getting your hair and makeup done and the photographer is showing up for detail shots, and also be with your groom who has the other photographer there doing those type of photos. It's scientifically impossible. The timeline that needs to be created has to incorporate the timing that your photographer needs and the timing that the caterer needs and the timing that your music people need. It's everybody's timing. Something as simple as knowing when the tables and linens are gonna go down is essential for the florist to know so they can plan when to put the centerpieces down. From the beginning of the day to the end of the day, everybody's timing affects one another. If you are having hair and makeup done for X amount of girls, and your photographer, based on what photos you have discussed that you want, says, I need this amount of time, and I need the bride to be dressed by this time, and everybody else to be dressed and ready by this time, I'm then gonna take that information, and I'm gonna go back to your hair and makeup person, and say, this is the time I need them ready by. What time do you need to start by? And hair and makeup is gonna say, I need to start by this time. And I'm gonna say, okay. And that's part of the timeline. And that's how the entire day works. But then you have these ridiculous wannabe wedding planners out there offering day of coordination packages for $500 where they're just gonna show up on the actual day with a clipboard that has nothing in it because what the hell do they even know to do? Like, why are you here? What is your purpose? That is not a day of coordinator. At best, that is a bridal assistant. Because you have all these random wedding planners that aren't really wedding planners offering day of coordination, you have all of these brides that think this is really a thing. If you don't put in the work leading up to the wedding, designing the timeline and figuring out all of the logistics, then what the hell are you doing on the day of the wedding? Nothing. The answer is nothing. 6 to 8 weeks leading up to your wedding day, logistical stuff that your venue and all of your vendors need, that's when it is needed. So incredibly easy for any bride to make a mistake or to get the timing thrown off, because why would you know? Why would you know? You're not a wedding planner, but a good month of coordinator will be able to sit down with you and figure out what you need and then contact your vendors to find out what their needs are. This way, on the actual wedding day, you don't have the photographer screaming that the videographer won't get out of their shot and that they don't have enough time to get all the photos that you want. Everything fits together like a puzzle, and the only person that can do that is the day of coordinator that you want to hire for $500, when really you need a month of coordinator who's going to be working with you in advance for more than $500. Month of coordination or wedding day management should be looked at as an investment, just like any other vendor that you are booking. You can plan the whole wedding. If you don't want a wedding planner involved from the beginning, that's fine. It's your prerogative. Do whatever it is that you want. But on the actual day of the wedding, it's smart to have a professional there that can handle it. But a professional can only do their job if you let them start working ahead of the wedding day. So brides, if you are out there and you are looking for a day of coordinator, please understand that day of coordinator, that's not real. It doesn't exist. I don't really care what the Knot says, what Wedding Wire says, what any of these other wedding websites say. It's not real. It's not a thing. If there are any wedding planners out there that are watching this right now, please drop day of coordination from your website, from your language. Just drop it. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's a mic. Drop it like you did your ex-boyfriend. I don't care. Just stop saying day of coordinator. It's not real. Delusion. No planner can do their job on the day of the wedding without the month of preparation leading up to it. I hope this video cleared up all of the misconceptions about what a day of coordinator actually is and how it's not real. If you really want a professional planner to come in and handle the logistics on your actual day of, then you need to look for a planner that offers month of wedding day management. I would love to hear what questions you guys have about this video and day of coordination, day of coordinators, and what all the differences are. If I missed anything, please take all that, drop it in the comments box below if you are watching this over on YouTube, or you could always drop me a DM if you are over on my Instagram account watching this on IGTV. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. If you have a vlog topic or something that you want me to talk about, please feel free to email me, contact me, DM me, leave it in the comments section below, whatever it is, and I will be sure to get that up on the channel as soon as possible. I will see you guys again very soon. Bye.